What's going on, ladies? It's Coach Emily here, back with another episode of the Ladystrong Fitcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about our workouts here at Ladystrong Fitness.
So the big question is this: how were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are Ladystrong Fitness.
So it was earlier today, actually, I asked studio manager Jess, and I often ask, what is something you want to know about? What can I talk about on this podcast that maybe our members don't know, or what they would kind of want to learn more about in our studio or anything when it comes to fitness? And so manager Jess, she said, I want to learn more about why the workouts are structured the way they are, why you pick certain exercises, and why we program them a certain way. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we structure our workouts here at Ladystrong, because a lot of times I feel like we just kind of are under the assumption that, we just kind of throw stuff together to make it tough for you guys, make you sweat or make you work super hard. And that is not really the process at all. So when we are programming workouts here at Ladystrong, we want to make sure, one, that the warm-up is structured, that we are targeting, we are warming up, we are firing up all those muscles that we're going to be using throughout the workout for that day and for the whole week, right? So you guys know that our warm-ups, they stay consistent, they stay the same the entire week. Again, they are structured, and different exercises are taken specifically to warm up the muscles that will be used for this week's worth of workouts. So when you're going through each warm-up every single day, keep that in mind, that we are trying to activate certain muscles that we'll be using for the workout that day. And so it's not just a random bunch of work exercises thrown together to not necessarily just get the heart rate up, but activate. When it comes to our workouts, again, they are structured specifically, and I'm going to use the word scientifically, because there are specific ways that we want to structure our workouts in order for them to be the most effective for you. And that is dependent on no matter what your goals are. If your goal is to lose weight, if it's to gain muscle, whatever the case may be, the workouts are structured effectively so you can get the most benefit from them. And so by that, I guess I'll go into it a little bit. Each workout, no matter what the day is, and I'm referring to body weight, strength, and a cardio, whether it's just one of the three, all three, or two of the three, they are structured in a specific way. Now, if you don't know what I'm referring to about body weight, strength, and cardio, we do have these calendars that you can take home with you. That way, if you are planning or you wanted to come to a certain day, whether it's strength, body weight, or cardio, you can find it on the calendar here and then come to that day specifically, or make sure you're signed up for the class that day. If you pick up one of these at the studio and you have any questions about it specifically, feel free to ask me, any of the coaches, or the front desk. We can help you out there about what day lies on each day of the week, so on and so forth. But this is a really cool tool, awesome tool to have if you do not have one already. So with that said, going more in depth into each workout, how it's programmed is majority or more of the full body compound exercises are going to be towards the beginning of your workout. Because they are demanding on the body, we have to use all of our muscles, a lot of extra energy, and it's just more demanding on the body overall. So those are going to be typically the exercises that you see at the beginning of the workout. And then kind of as you're moving through, the exercises might shift to more single joint exercises, isolation exercises, meaning only uses one muscle, and then maybe some lower intense exercises, for example, like a core exercise. So that is typically how we structure our workouts. That's what is going to be the most beneficial for you, because again, you do need more energy, which you have during the beginning of your workout for those more difficult compound multi-joint exercises. And then towards the end, when we start to fatigue a little bit, we're only doing single joint, lower impact, maybe single isolation, singular muscle exercises, things of that nature. So when we do put our exercises, when we do put our workouts together, it is structured in a specific way for you to get the most benefit from it. For example, if we were to start out our workout with a bunch of just kind of single joint or isolation muscle exercises in the beginning, and we're fatiguing, and then by the time we got to the end and we had to do a heavy deadlift or a heavy dumbbell thruster, it would be much more difficult towards the end of the workout, right, than beginning. So we do it that way in order for you guys to get the most benefit from your workout and put in the correct amount of energy output and all that stuff, all that sort into those tougher exercises. Now, all right, ladies, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about our cool downs, okay? So our cool downs are also programmed specifically in order for you to stretch the muscles that you worked that day and for the entire week. Now, if you are somebody who finds yourself leaving the studio or the next day, the day after, feeling a little bit sore, maybe you quite didn't get all the way through your warm-up, or maybe you skipped out, you walked out early, I encourage you to stay for the warm-up to be able to stretch those muscles so they're not as sore the next day. Stretching after a workout or at any time, foam rolling, all of those things are super important for you to recover quicker after your workout. Now, I did talk about recovery, which is super important couple weeks back in my last episode that I recorded. So if you want to learn more about recovery, maybe why you're not recovering, some things that might indicate that your body isn't recovering, go back and listen to that episode. But again, staying for the cool down, again, it's structured specifically for you to stretch the muscles that you worked that week. Everything that we do from warm up to cool down is super structured, and it's science-based, and it's specific for you. Again, we're not just putting together a bunch of wacky, wild, difficult exercises to make you guys work hard, make you sweat, all those things. Of course, it's good. It always feels good to get your sweat in, but that's not always the case. It is in order for you to see the results that you want to see that weight loss, to see that muscle gain, and everything in between, okay? So again, when you're going through every warm-up, every workout, every cool down, think about the muscles that you're working. Make that connection with your head. When we say engage that core, really think about the exercises that you're going through, about the cool down, about the stretches that we do, because it's all programmed that way for a reason specifically. So keep that in mind, especially when you're going throughout your workouts. And I will see you guys in the studio for your next workout. I hope you enjoy this podcast. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. You know where to find me on Facebook, here in the studio. No dumb questions. I'm here to answer anything you guys have. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.